Okay, so you see we've got Adobe Audition up and running and on the center of the screen. And on the right-hand side down low, we've got the Razer Naga Epic Chroma fully programmable mouse. So let's make that a little bit bigger, move it to the center of the screen. And what I'm going to do is I'll run through a quick tour of the mouse itself. And what jumps out at you right away is, and this is a right-handed mouse, and so my thumb basically sits here on the left-hand side of the mouse. And right where my thumb is, there is a keypad, and it has 12 buttons, 12-button keypad, which are fully programmable. So that's number one, okay? So let's turn this around, and let's look at the top. And you've got your, basically common or typical left clicker and right clicker. And you also have your scroll wheel, where you can scroll forward, backward, left, right, and push straight down. And then you have 2 buttons behind the scroll wheel. Okay, so for a fully, basically 19 fully programmable buttons on this mouse. And what I'll do at the end of this, I'll just quickly run through the Razer Synapse. And the Synapse is the software you download from Razer and allows you to set up the mouse and program the buttons as you want. So let's get into Adobe. And to do that, we want to start a new track. And the way I have that set up is this button here. And let's label this Naga Epic Chroma Demo. Good, we're ready to go. And so you can see how I have my Adobe set up. And I have it named, I have it a template in here that I use all the time. And it's True Voice. I named it after my business where I have the home studio, True Voice Studio, where I do all my recording in my home studio. Okay, so, but we want to get rid of all this stuff. We just want to focus on the wave right here. So what we'll do is, let's come in here, and we'll double-click that, and it opens it up. So let's do some recording. And a way I start recording with the mouse is number 3, and you can see the waves beginning to go. And let's record something from my YouTube channel intro trailer. Do you want to view some great examples of voiceover commercials and narration videos? Then True Voice Studio is for you. There you go. Now, we know that by looking at that quick demo there of the audio wave, this is really what we want out of that whole wave. So let's delete some stuff first. So you'll click left, scroll, and then again you'll come, I have number 1 set up as delete. Okay, and we'll do it on the back end as well. Hit number 1 again. We can delete a little bit in there. And let's listen to it. And the way I the way I start and stop the playhead so I can hear the audio is basically I click this. Do you want to view some great to the right? Right to start, right to stop. Do you want to view some great examples of voice? Okay, there we go. Now, looks like there's a little bit of noise in here, and we can check that out with the spectral display, which is, if you see it, there it is, a bunch of fuzz in there, a bunch of noise. So let's silence that, and let's see. And we will go to, the way I do silence is number 7. So let's just, for example, we'll highlight that, and we'll hit number 7, and you've put some silence in there. Okay? So let's get rid of the spectral display. We won't need it anymore for this demo. And let's do some effects on this. Let's do some equalizing, some compression, some normalizing, and I've got that set up already under button number 11. All those are already, there's 5 things that I do to edit my audio. I basically master it, and it is right here on number 11. So I hit it, boom, we're ready to go. Let's go back in, and again, I'll click to the right on the wheel. Then True Voice Studio is for you. Okay, fantastic. Now, let's say I want to get rid of this area right here. Now, let's listen to it. Let's loop it. Let's highlight it first, and then to use the button down here, which is loop, and pay attention to it because it'll turn green, I click the button 10 right here. Okay, now we're looped, and we can click to the right on the wheel. Then True Voice Studio is for you. Then True Voice Studio is for you. Okay? Then True Voice. All right, we don't need to hear that a bunch of times. So to turn it off, we just hit number 10 again, because that's the number of the key that I have assigned to loop. Okay, and you'll see it go off, and there it is. So on, off. So let's say I want to record something. This was okay, but I want to do a little bit more cheesier, maybe over the top. So what I'll do is I'll hit record because I'm at the end of I don't have loop on. Otherwise, it would loop all the way around and start to record over my initial track, my original track. So I hit 3, and there we go. It's recording. And let's do that again. Then True Voice Studio is for you. There we go. Definitely over the top. We know that this here is what we want, so let's delete this again with number 1, and we'll delete this in the middle. Okay. So now you've got the original part of it, and then the re-recorded part. Okay. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can just come in here, hit number 1, delete it, and just snap together. And there's a second way, but let's go back to where we were. So let's hit number 2, which is undo. Okay, that brings that back. And what I want to do is I want to cut and paste. So I've got cut, copy, paste on 4, 5, and 6. So let's highlight this. Let's hit number 4 for cut. Let's highlight the piece we want to get out and replace it with. And there it is, okay? And remember, it's not normalized or it's not compressed or anything. The effects rack has not been applied. So while we have it highlighted, let's hit number 11, okay? There we go. All right, now let's listen to it. Again, click to the right on the wheel.
Then True Voice Studio is for you.
There it is.
Then True...
Oh, sorry. So you can see basically there's a lot of, I have about 4 or 5 buttons that I don't have programmed and I don't use right now, which I, hopefully will set up maybe as a save or some type of other function within Adobe. So that's basically how you do it. And I tell you, this mouse has been fantastic. It saved me a ton of time already. And so as promised, let me show you Razer Synapse on how to set up the mouse. And let's go in. There it is. Okay. So first thing you want to notice is you click on Profile right here. And you've got 6 different profiles you can use. And I'm only using one right now, and that's Audition. Okay? So we're good. We click on that. We know that we have Audition profile up and running. And so right here is the top view, and then here's the wheel itself down in here. And if we go to the side view, we can see the 12-button keypad. And remember, 1 was delete, 2 was left Command Z, which is undo, 3 was Shift space, which is record, and then left Command X, C, and V, 4, 5, and 6 was cut, copy, paste, okay? Now, those are all keystrokes on a keyboard, right? They have to be set up prior to setting them up on the mouse itself in this program. So where do we have to set them up first? Well, you've got to set them up, and let me click out of this. You've got to set them up in the application that you're in. So if you go to Adobe, Edit, Keyboard Shortcuts, and let's just do Undo as an example. And there you go. Undo. The keyboard shortcut that I would normally use without the mouse, when I didn't have the mouse, would be Command Z, okay, to undo. And so we know it's Command Z, so let's get out of here, cancel. We'll go back into the Razer Synapse, and let's look for undo, which is on the side, right, number 2, and there it is, left Command Z. So you're good to go. Remember, you always have to set it up in the program first, and then come over to the Razer Synapse to set up the mouse. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, guys. And one last item I wanted to let you know. Jason Huggins, who's a voiceover professional, he has a nice YouTube video as well, demo, on the Razer Nostromo. And Nostromo is just a keypad. Very fully programmable, just like this mouse. And again, just a keypad. It just depends on what you like. And so that's where I originally found out about Razer, was that particular video there. And again, I'll leave that link on the bottom here under description. And you can go over there and check that out as well. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.